Good morning, everyone. This is how we start our walk. 9th Avenue train station with a work train to my right, clanging along. And we got a D train coming in. So as you can see, it is a very busy start to the walk. All right, so we are at 9th Avenue in Sunset Park. So I guess you figured out by now that that's what we're gonna be walking. This is the 9th Avenue train station. Train leaving to go to the city. We will end up out here on 39th Street. This is New Utrecht Avenue right here. This is where New Utrecht Avenue ends or begins, depending on how you look at it. See if I could get across this street before the light changes. We're going to be on this side of the street over here where I'm crossing. All right, so it is a Monday morning. Let me center my camera. There we go. It's a Monday morning. I've lost track of what day it is. I think it's the 9th, September 9th. You know, let me check my phone. I was correct. It is September 9th, Monday. A good start of the day. It's in the 60s. So it is a little chilly for some people. For people like me, it is perfect. For this lady walking towards us, she's got her short sleeves on too. I got my short sleeves and shorts on. It's going to go up to 78 today, so it's actually going to be a little warmer than it's been. We got some really cool air the last couple of days, like low 70s. Starting to feel like fall. And it is going to get warm this week, but it's not going to be anything like summer. I think might hit 80 by the end of the week or by the middle of the week, but for the most part, it doesn't look like any hot summer days coming up. So we're on 9th Avenue in the Sunset Park section. You might hear a helicopter circling. It's an NYPD helicopter. See if I can get him on the screen. Something must have happened around here. I mean, this is a neighborhood where shit goes down. So now this is an avenue. So there were 3 avenues when I was a kid. I lived right up the block from here. So we're between 41st and 42nd Street on 9th Avenue. And I lived on 8th Avenue. between 41st and 42nd, right up the block here. And there were 3 avenues you were told to stay off of when you were in Sunset Park in the 70s and 80s. 5th Avenue, 8th Avenue, 9th Avenue. I lived on one of them, so I didn't have a choice. I had to be on 8th Avenue. I lived right up the block here. I had a lot of friends on this block right here, as a matter of fact. 42nd Street. I would actually spend a lot of time on this block as a kid, riding bikes and stuff. But yeah, you were always told stay off of 5th, 8th, and 9th Avenue. Not that 6th and 7th Avenue is any safer, but you know, that was the worst of the worst. But times have changed. The crime is not as bad as it used to be down here, but there is a crime rate, I guess you could say, in this area. Sounds like he's having an argument on the phone with his significant other. So yeah, we're gonna start picking up the pace with walks. I know it's been kind of light. We had I did my August break, and then I didn't do much last week, and that's because of my allergies. My allergies, you know, this spring I did not. So I usually have very bad spring allergies, and then my fall allergies come and they're not so bad. But every few years it flips. So this year I had noticed that my spring allergies weren't not even close to being bad. So of course I kept that in the back of my mind. And my allergies have been, since last week, extremely bad. So it's very hard to, be outside. I think last night was pretty bad for me. I had woken up, and my allergies in the fall are strange. They're not like the sneezing and feeling miserable. It's weird. It's we're on 45th Street. I'll tell you guys where we're walking in a second, like how far we're going. But I get like strange, like my eyes get really red, especially my left eye. Gets really red and really itchy. And the roof of my mouth. I don't know if you've ever had that, but it's like the roof of my mouth towards the back. It's extremely like prickly and itchy, and there's no way to scratch that, because it's like inside. If that makes sense. And then yeah, eventually I probably start sneezing a lot and being miserable eventually, but right now it isn't. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take this guy can't fit. All right, so where are we walking? Well, we're going to be walking to the ends of 9th Avenue. 9th Avenue is a very short stretch of avenue here in Brooklyn. It runs up against the cemetery, which was where we started, behind us. Greenwood Cemetery. And this is going to end right on Bay Ridge Avenue, which would be like 69th Street. And it's kind of odd. When we get down there, you'll see what I'm talking about, but it's kind of odd the way it ends. This is a school over here, right? So the school has started. I think this is a school on the other side of me, or is that the hospital? No, that's part of the hospital. You got a lot of Maimonides, that's how you say it, right? Maimonides buildings in this area. The hospital is this whole area over here. I don't want to walk in front of the school. You know, kids get touchy. I think they get recorded. This is Persian. I'm pretty sure it's probably still a junior high school. I'm trying to get my levels fixed here. I'm in the shade, so that's overexposing the light on the school over there. And this is the part of the hospital. Give you guys a look up at the building. This is one of the newest buildings that they built down here. All right, here we go. Road rage. All right. I could have cut that out of the walk, but I'm like, this is Brooklyn, man. That would take away from the experience. Look at this building here. Just looks so out of place. It looks like what they did was, you see the two-story bricks? It looks like they extended that one. So we're on the border of Borough Park and Sunset Park right now. So like if I go down a block here, one block down, you're in Borough Park. And this is all Sunset Park going this way. Now, I said earlier, we're going to be ending at 69th Street at Bay Ridge Avenue. It's kind of weird down there. It's going to just run right into like a street where there's houses. That's how it ends, just stops. There is a park over there that we will cut through. So that's another thing, like it gets cut twice right at the end. It gets cut where the park is, and then we get cut again at Bay Ridge Avenue. All right, we're hitting 52nd Street. So yeah, the housing on 9th Avenue is very, the word you could use is underwhelming. It's just brick boxes, apartments. Looks like they do have some new buildings that got put up. Like this one across the street here on 53rd Street. Looks like everyone is favoring the shady side to stay out of the sun. Ever since I came onto this side, I noticed there's way more people than the other side. It's not really hot in the sun or warm. I mean, well, it is warm, but it's not like hot. It's not even really like more warm. Here's what we'll do. We'll cross over and we'll get back on that side for a little bit. Traffic down here is, you just gotta watch. All right, we're back on the sunny side. And right after I said there's nobody over on this side, there's people on the side, so they're making me look wrong. Like we made it on 55th Street. So you can see like all the intersections have a lot of cars in them. I was a street sweeper and blew dust in everyone's face. And now it looks like he's stuck. Yep, he's just going to keep doing that because he figures that'll work. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting this much traffic, and I wasn't expecting all the horn beeping that we've seen so far. We started off the walk at the train station with the work train clinging the bell. So I guess that was the sign. That was the sign that this walk was going to have some noise right there from the very beginning. If you've been with my channel long enough, you'll know that most of my walks are relaxing. And then every once in a while we get into a walk where there's a lot of noise, a lot of commotion. So, you know, we have to balance it out. That's how we balance it out. We eventually give you guys some noise. All right. "21 minutes in, we're at 59th Street. We're almost at the park on 60th Street, which is the first break. And we're gonna walk through that park and then we'll get out on the other side, and then just for a few blocks after that, we'll be ends in the walk. Oh, I did forget to mention, we do have a break for the end train we have to hit. So forgot about that. I see the trees and I think the park, but yeah, this is the end line cuts through here, so we have to go down to Fort Hamilton Parkway and then come back up. So we'll do that on 60th Street here, since there's things to see on 60th Street. So the sun will be in our eyes for a little bit here. We'll stay on this side. So yeah, the end train runs through. I don't know how I forgot that one. I did say earlier there are a couple of breaks, but I only mentioned the park, so. Maybe the next walk we do is 60th Street. Or you know what? We're gonna do 65th Street. Now, 65th Street is pretty busy. This seafood place. I guess they do all, you know, the wholesale and stuff. Is always very busy. I think one time I almost got hit by that forklift on one of my walks. I'm pretty sure it's on one of my walks because I remember being annoyed about it. Oh yeah, it was. I think it was, I'm trying to remember what walk it was. It might have been the last time we did 9th Avenue last year. I gotta watch here. It smells really bad over here, by the way, in case you're wondering. All right, we're gonna be on Fort Hamilton Parkway for just a block. Well, actually, it's gonna be a couple blocks because we gotta walk past the train tracks. Fort Hamilton Parkway. We've done a couple walks on this. Fort Hamilton Parkway is always busy. It is it's a major artery that goes through Brooklyn. It literally goes from, and we've done, if you go back on my walks, we did the entire length of Fort Hamilton Parkway. And basically what you get is, I don't know what this guy's doing, he's backing up in a crosswalk. Can't be doing that. Gotta watch. Almost got bumped there. It goes from Fort Hamilton Army Base, John Paul Jones Park, all the way down to Prospect Park. And this is a truck route. So a lot of trucks can get back and forth on this road to make deliveries. All right, we're gonna go up 62nd Street. So this is the N line, and also the Brooklyn and Queens Railroad is down here, running side by side. They have plans to turn that freight railway into a train line. I think it's going to be called the Triborough line or something. But basically it's going to run from Bay Ridge all the way through the Pelham Bay in the Bronx. It'll go through Brooklyn, Queens, and eventually ends in the Bronx. It's an existing railway. It's already got a rail. Now I don't know if what they're going to do, if they're going to rip that rail up and put a new one down, or they're going to use that and add a second so you can have two-way traffic, but you could hear the N train below us. Now you can hear the trains. Sounds like a train going towards Manhattan now. Yeah, I could see it actually. You can see the top of the train. We just had two trains go by. All right, we're back on 9th Avenue. Now this is only going to go for about 5 or 6 blocks. And we have to cut through the park. You got a school over here. It's an interesting design. It's PS 69, I believe. Yep, it's PS 69. We got to get across 65th Street. There's some homes nestled in here. A lot of gates on the windows. I'll be honest with you. is the area. I'm not bullshitting you, all right? You know I'm straight up, so I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything. But I'm telling you, like, it's not that dangerous to have gates on your windows. Now that being said, if you step away from your house from a long period of time, yeah, somebody could probably break in and rob you while you're gone, I guess. But I can tell you right now, I have no problem walking around this neighborhood at 12 o'clock at night. I would not feel unsafe. This is not that type of neighborhood. So, but hey, to each his own. I'm not gonna tell you what to put on your house. But I know the first thing you see gates on the windows and you're like, man, it must be really bad down here. Not this area. We're actually moving into, so this is kind of confusing down here, but they consider this the north side of Dyker Heights and the south side of Bay Ridge. So the most I guess you could say southeast part of Bay Ridge and Dyker Heights. For Dyker Heights it would be north, because remember, this is Bay Ridge up here coming down towards us, and we're walking towards Dyker Heights. That's why the directions are a little wanky. I'm walking south and west right now. So this right here is 66th Street, and this is where the Leif Ericson Park runs through. This is a pretty long stretch of park that runs from pretty much here, Fort Hamilton Parkway, which we were just on a little while ago, and it runs all the way up this way to like the 65th Street interchange up on 4th Avenue. So it's a pretty long stretch of greenway. This was the park that got hit by the tornado in 2007. But the tornado did not, it had already lifted by the time it got down to here. So a lot of these trees were saved. But up north around 4th and 5th Avenue, pretty much weed whacked all the trees. 80% of the trees got weed whacked. I hear music. I don't know if I should walk over here, because then I'll get copyrighted. So, all right, we'll see how this works out. But you can see there's a lot of people over here doing exercise, and you can see it's a very popular park for the Asian community. It's always been a nice place to ride bikes and take a walk, and it has a lot of trees. That's what it's known for. It's known for all the trees. So I got a card game going on over here. So you can see all the trees going down and up. If we look this way too. And it's like this all the way up to like 4th Avenue. All right, we're getting back on 9th Avenue. So we've now made it for the second time back onto 9th Avenue. This right here is the old Fortway Theater. This was a theater that I went to a lot. This and the Lowe's were the two theaters I went to a lot. I went here to see Batman when it came out. Michael Keaton's Batman, not Christian Bale. Michael Keaton's Batman debuted here. And the line on Fort Hamilton was ridiculous. It was, forget it. And it was I remember it was a hot day. Just waiting in that sunlight. It was like 90 degrees. It was horrible. But this was the back of the theater where a lot of people would exit. People would exit at night because they'd have their cars parked on these streets over here. So this is where you would come out and exit at the end of the night after you watch your movie. You could see where the old stairs used to be. It used to be like, you can see the patches on the walls where they painted. And then you could see down here. All right, this is it. The end of the walk is right here. So now this is where it ends. 9th Avenue ends pretty shallow compared to the other avenues in Brooklyn. And that's just because the way Brooklyn curves towards the end. So they have to eliminate avenues like 6th Avenue, 8th Avenue, 9th Avenue, always around this area. This is Bay Ridge Avenue, 69th Street. So I want to thank everybody for taking a walk. Hope everybody got a little healthier today. Yeah, we clocked in at about 37 minutes. Not bad. All right, everyone. Take care, and I will catch you all on the next one. We'll end it with motorcycle guy. All right, until the next one, take care. Bye-bye.